All please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, this is getting bad quick. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, it was fine this afternoon. Now it seems to be just running away.
Allergies.
Antoinette, can we get a roll call?
Mr. Burns?
Here.
Mr. Pop?
Here.
Mr. D'Adriano?
Here.
Mr. Rogan?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here. Can I get a motion on the reports?
I'll make a motion to approve the reports for the code compliance and code enforcement officer and the dog control officer for April. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion on the supervisor's report?
I'll make a motion that we approve the supervisor's report for the month of March 2017. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get a motion on the minutes?
I will make a motion that the town board approve the town board meeting minutes of March 22nd, April 12th, and April 26th. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Get it to look like we've done this before. Can I get an audit of the bills?
I will make a motion that the town board approve abstract number 8, dated April 28th, 2017, in the amount of $395,347.12. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Burns, you're up.
All right. Good evening. The first item on my agenda is the hiring of a part-time clerk for the Justice Court. We have a recommendation to hire Lori Cavell at a rate of $15 an hour. She has accepted the position. Do we have to do anything as far as subject to background checks? Or is that
Subject
all?
to all the paperwork being filed. and
Okay, so
background
subject to
checks.
all the paperwork and background checks being filed, we'll make a motion to hire her. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second item on my agenda, we have a memo from the Recreation Department, apparently actually the town
That's
supervisor.
actually from me.
That's from you.
Yeah, it's from me.
I'm reading your memo. Dear Board, the Patterson Recreation Center offers a 20% discount to employees of the town for membership in its programs. It's come to my attention that discount is not available to certain individuals who I would consider employees, so we would like to extend the discount to members of the Board of Assessment Review, members of the Veterans Memorial Park Advisory Board, and members of the Putnam Lake Park Advisory Boards. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Last item on my agenda is a resolution of a tax certiorari. We have a tax certiorari that resulted in a reduction in assessment of $139,600. And I think finally, Charlie, they have actually listened to us and given us the tax implication.
Not coming here tonight without it.
For that, the tax implication to us, I believe, is a reduction of $936.55.
You're right.
On taxes. So thank you for providing that to us. So based on that and the consent judgment, I'll make a motion to move the resolution to allow the settlement of this tax certiorari and the entry into a consent judgment to resolving it. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that is
D'Adriano.
all.
Okay. First item on my agenda, recreation requests. I have a memo from Matt Chabarro. Request to hire Giovanna Lagana, Paige Merchant, and Justin Boswell as junior staff members for the Town of Patterson Recreation Department at the rate of $9 per hour. So I'd like to make a motion to approve those three. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Next items, I have Putnam Lake Park District requests. They are doing, as you know, the summer's coming soon. They're doing a lot of work over there, making a lot of improvements around the lake, so they're requesting a lot of work to be done. So the first thing I have is weed removal at Jackson and Warren beaches. So they have a memo to requesting approval for Eco Site Development to provide the labor to remove submerged weeds from the swim areas on Warren and Jackson beaches per the Putnam County Department of Health requirements at a cost not to exceed $4,800. Request. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Second is for sand delivery and spreading on Jackson and Warren beaches. Again, make a motion to approve Echo Site Development to provide and spread 44 tons of sand at Jackson and Warren beaches at the cost not to exceed $3,388. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Tree service.
2 to go.
This is the same.
Tree service? There
Okay.
you go.
So next request. I'd like to make a motion for the to approve the Putnam Lake Park District approval for Bill Henry Tree Service to remove a dead tree from the parkland at 223 Haviland Drive at the cost not to exceed $2,800. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye. And the last is a approval for the Putnam Lake Park District Advisory Board requests approval for the 2017 softball league budget as revised. The spreadsheet is attached on the back, so make a motion to approve this budgeted spreadsheet for the softball league.
Revised budget.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. That is all I have.
Okay.
You are,
All right.
I'm sorry, just before you continue, Pat, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are working on a schedule to have a board member attend your meetings. I guess we just haven't got the schedule. We all,
I did mail it out.
Rich did mail it out, and we
Okay.
have to get back to him.
Thank you.
I saw
So-
that mine on. Him who?
I attended the last meeting.
Oh, okay, great.
Pat, do you want someone at both the work session and the regular meeting?
The work session that follows the regular meeting, if you can't make that one, then you can come to the second work session.
Gotcha.
But you don't necessarily need us at the third Thursday, we mostly need us at the
At the first.
public meeting with the work session to follow
Right.
on the first first Thursday each
Yeah.
month. Yeah, thank you.
Got it.
Thank you.
Pat, you could have said it. What you really need is us volunteering when you're cutting brush and doing things around the park. That would be much probably better for you. Because we approved everything you requested tonight, so. Okay, the first item on my agenda is the public assembly permit. The applicant is not here, but what we have is an application for a country festival at Joe Capasso's property, 3J Ranch. There have been a number of items that have been identified by both town council as well as the fire inspector, David Rains, that need to be addressed in order to approve the application. But having said that, considering the date of the event, I believe, Rich, that we
I would
should
concur that we
set a
need to-
public hearing and get the items addressed before that public hearing. We can always, if
Yes.
the items aren't addressed, we can always cancel the public hearing.
Yes.
So in the matter of the application for the country festival at 3J Ranch, 683 Route 311, I'll make a motion, we set a public hearing for the next town board meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I'll also just say that we should make sure that Mr. Capasso gets the both memos and that he meets with the town as needed to be able to change his application to meet with these items. Nothing is that complicated in there. It's just providing information in the appropriate manner so that we know.
I've already met with him. He already has one of the memos. He is working on it.
Great.
We're going to get him the second one, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Next item we have is an application before the planning board for Carino Holdings LLC, which is a lot on Commerce Drive, the commercial subdivision off of Fair Street. The planning board is recommending that the town board establish and set performance bonds and inspection fees for the completion of the erosion and sediment control site improvements. The amount that is proposed is $4,700 for the erosion control and site improvements, and associated inspection fees in the amount of $14,150. So I will move the resolution establishing those amounts contingent on the prior approval by the town attorneys. So moved.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The last item we have is a request for a waiver of fees for a commercial project, Countryside Kitchen, 2031 Route 22. And this item came up in essence because the applicant needs to get a special use permit from the zoning board. Unfortunately, in working with our town, he was not notified that he would need to get this approval. And so we are looking at simply waiving fees, but he's still going to go through the process of getting sign application and going to the zoning district, or I'm sorry, the zoning board for a special use permit. So I will make a motion upon recommendation as well from our town supervisor to waive the fees associated with the special use permit for Countryside Kitchen. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good. All right, first on my agenda is just to let you all know, within the governor's budget this year, there is a requirement that the county convene the town supervisors within Putnam County to evaluate a plan for shared services and/or consolidation that produces demonstrable tax reductions. The plan needs to be developed and sent to the full legislators by August 1st, who will then have a public hearing on it, and then it will be implemented. My opinion is August 1st is very, very quick to get everybody together to develop a plan. I, have some reservations about how this is going to be moving forward, but I think it's something that, would be beneficial for us all to be taking a hard look at. The county executive has convened a meeting for May 18th in which she has invited the supervisors as well as the highway superintendents and most of the unions within Putnam County. I'm not sure what that's all about. I bring this to your attention so that if anybody has any recommendations, or anybody in town has recommendations for where we can consolidate or share services, we will be happy to evaluate them. The process is, if we can't get a plan together by August 1st, and I really don't see how we're going to get a plan together by August 1st, which clearly identifies the tax savings that would incur, then we have to have it done by next August 1st, which I think is a much more reasonable goal. We'll be encouraging everybody to shoot for that rather than rush into something in haste where we don't properly evaluate. So, that is it on that. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Second item on my agenda is some appraisal services. The town has been approached by a property owner who is looking to possibly sell their home. We have talked about it. There is some advantage to the town actually acquiring this property, but the first step in doing that is we need to make sure that the value of the house is appropriate. And to do that, we need to get a couple of appraisals on it. We did reach out to several appraisers, and for whatever reason, most of the appraisers responded that they are way too busy at this time to even offer us a price at any rate for doing this. We did get 2 appraisers to submit proposals back, and I would like to bring this to the board that we retain Barbara Bashirs for the amount of $300 for an appraisal of 22 Libel Place, and who was the other one we got? GPAR?
500.
GPAR, this is not someone I'm familiar with. We got these from the assessor's office for the amount of $500 to conduct appraisal services for the town of Patterson for 22 Libel Place. That is a motion. Can I get a second?
Second for discussion.
Go ahead.
I want to make sure that I'm clear. The $300 appraisal quote is from Barbara Bashirs.
Mhm.
So then the other one is for $500. What?
Why is there a difference?
Well, not only why is there a difference, why do we need 2 people? So you're saying we get 2 independent appraisals?
We get 2 independent appraisals so that we have a good idea. If you've ever done this with appraisals, you know they can be wide-ranging
Sure.
in what they feel the property is worth. As far as why there's a difference in price, Barbara Bashir has actually did an appraisal on the property about 4 years ago.
So she's already done a bunch of
She's
legwork.
already done it, she has all the background on it, so.
She's probably just going to make sure it's still consistent, do a new comparative market analysis.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Next, I just want to update the board on something that we've been working on with the East of Hudson Corporation, which may require some action on behalf of the board. There is one of the paper roads over in Putnam Lake coming out of Connecticut on the east side of the lake, and everybody has a plan. There's a drainage swale, and you can share pictures. One is of the top, one is of the bottom, that is highly eroded. And we have, we've evaluated it. I've got it in the program with the East of Hudson Watershed Corporation to come in and stabilize the swale. So they're going to go in, they're going to open it up a little bit and stabilize it. And in doing so, we actually get credit for phosphorus reduction under the DEC program. It's a little bit complicated because it is in a road right-of-way that has not been, constructed. It's a paper road and therefore not really town property, but not, any other individual's property. I've been having discussions with the town attorney how we have to proceed with this, and what we've done is I've sent the last known heirs to the Schmadbeck or Beck-Schmad Corporation a letter basically saying you've got an issue, you need to correct it, please contact my office and we can come to some sort of resolution how this is going to work, move forward, and try to get the rights from them to actually fix this problem. If that doesn't work, then very shortly we would need to do an eminent domain proceeding.
There's nobody
Nobody
along
else.
here, right, or at the end?
Nobody needs that right of way for access to their property. Everybody has property abutting on other roads, either Lakeshore, Dayton, or I can't remember the name of the road in Connecticut.
Okay.
Erie Road.
Calumet?
Yeah, not really Calumet.
But these folks here come off of here? Here?
Yes, even though it looks like they're individual lots, they're actually under single ownership, so they all have access down to Lake Shore.
Okay. So so the next step is for the owners of this paper road to contact you?
Respond to the letter that I sent.
Okay.
Yes.
And they know by a certain date, and they know we're going to do the eminent domain thing and fix the stormwater, or do a stormwater retrofit project.
Correct.
Rich, correct me if I'm wrong, but even if this paper road needed to be improved at some later date, the stormwater, that doesn't take away the ability to do that.
If somebody then wanted to open that road up, they would need to reconstruct the drainage swale on the side anyway.
Yeah. And do the town improvements to the, and it doesn't, as you said, it doesn't look like it's necessary to obtain access to any of the properties, but, so this action doesn't take away any potential future use. It's just dealing with a erosion control issue that's affecting the lake right now.
Right, trying to
So-
stop the sediment from getting in
Okay.
the lake and the nutrients to go in with it.
Great, thank you.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of 2 and possibly 3 projects we're looking at out there right now, so. Trying.
Great.
All right, next we have a memo from our town controller. She has completed audits for the rec department, town clerk, receiver of taxes, and building department, and has found that the above department records to be in order, able to be reconciled, and their receipts and disbursements accounted for. There are a few recommendations, so I'd like to move that we accept the annual audit report from our controller. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will save anything else I have for other business. Charles?
Next, we have a letter from the Putnam Lake Fire Department advising us of that they have accepted a new member, Christian Landau, Eastwood Road, Brewster, New York. So I will make a motion that the town board approve for membership, Christian Landau to the Putnam Lake Fire Department. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we have a note from our building operations and maintenance person, Dennis Mays. I just read this couple quick sentences. I've received a quote from Wired Up Electrical Incorporated for the cost of repairing a burnt up main supply wire that feeds the street lamp post on the corner of Jill Court and West Street. The job requires Wired Up to dig up the burnt wire at the original connection site, install a junction box, feed new wire to a transformer, and make a new connection. The repair will put our streetlight back in service. The cost of this repair is $1,350. So I'll make a motion that the town board approve Wired Up Electrical doing this work not to exceed $1,350. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Discussion real quick. This light is part of a lighting district, or
It is part of a lighting
so
district.
would the repair money come out of that district?
It would come out of the repair district. And while we're on this, I would give everybody another little bit of information. We are actually repairing 2 of the streetlights out there right now, and what we found when we started to effectuate the repairs was that an inappropriate type of wiring was used when those lights were installed as part of the subdivision. And as we go forward, normally a light is generally good for about 30 years, and we haven't gotten very far on this one. But at some point, we are going to have to go out there and replace all the wiring. There's 5 streetlights out there. I want to get these repairs going. I want to get these streetlights up and running, and then plan out for replacing all the wire out there so that we get the right type of wire in the ground. This, I think it was this one that we're looking at repairing, came to our attention because there was a dog who was being walked who got shocked.
That'll do it.
Yeah, so the lights were immediately shut off till we got the repairs done.
Wow.
Should
Go ahead,
Should
I'm
we
sorry.
request now to get a price on the remaining ones and do them all?
I want to get these done because it's going to give us some more information about how the wire was actually put in the ground. They're going to take a look at, you know, whether it was put in the right size conduit, you know, whether we can snake the right size wire through that conduit while they're doing the repairs and getting these up and running.
Okay.
These are fairly cheap. When we go to rewire all these lights out there, it's going to be quite expensive. And if it is not in the right size conduit, we suspect it is not, then we're going to have to dig up alongside all the roads.
Do we have any recourse against whoever installs them?
No. Oh, it's been too long. This was the Dorset Hollow Van Cleve subdivision that was done back in 2000, 98 to 2001 is built.
But it certainly is worth checking the record to see who the contractor was that installed that, you know, just to.
I can tell you who it was. I'm not going to name names
Okay.
right now.
All right.
So we don't use them
Okay, but-
replacing the lights.
Yeah, right.
When we do, let's call it the next phase, we're gonna do all the remaining lights at one time and get a
Correct.
price and all.
We're going to plan that out, and we're going to budget for it.
Good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And I will hold the executive session until after our meeting.
Okay, anybody have any other business?
I have one item for personnel hire for our EMS service that I'd like to add.
Can we get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I would like to make a motion to hire Mr. Richard Sassy II as our latest EMT for the Patterson EMS service. So moved.
For an
Second.
amount?
they're all getting paid 15 an hour, right? So per the budget?
That'll work. Do I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone else?
I have an announcement.
Yes?
As most of us know, Deputy Mike Schmidt from the Putnam County Sheriff's Department has been very instrumental with our neighborhood watch program in Putnam Lake and a lot of community events. His wife is a teacher at the middle school. A lot of our kids had her as a teacher. You know, both they're very, very active in the community. Mike is really sick. He got melanoma. Sorry.
There you go.
He was diagnosed last fall, so there's several fundraisers that have been going on. We're doing a family fun day for him and his family to raise money. It's Saturday, June 17th, and it's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's at the Mission Church on Route 52 in Holmes, in East Fishkill, which is my church. And it's going to be a big family fun day where there's going to be emergency vehicles for the kids to look through. And we did that. There's going to be car seat checks. We did that because Mike was a car seat technician. He worked in a lot of safety events like that. So kind of to honor him with that. And we're also doing a bunch of fundraisers. There's going to be a tag sale and shirts for sale and all kinds of things to make donations to raise money for him and his family. So just wanted to make that announcement.
Everybody should attend. He's been fabulous helping the town.
Yep.
Hey, could you repeat the date, please?
June 17th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
We also have one announcement. If you were born from 1945 to 65, Pete, you and I were not. Baby boomers have the highest rates of hepatitis C, and the Putnam County Health Department has free hepatitis C testing Friday, May 19th from 12 to 4 p.m. The results are provided within 20 minutes. So if you were born between 1945 and 1965, you can go get tested for hepatitis C at the health department on May 19th, 12 to 4.
Why do you keep looking at me?
You're just on my right, that's all. I want to leave that with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? All right, I have two items that came in late today. One is we've been working on trying to get Club Court Park opened up. Got kind of didn't fare well over the winter, and there were some issues out there with some dogs that we have been trying to address. One of the things we need to get done for Club Court Park is we need to get mulch down under the playground equipment. And there was a miscommunication on getting the prices in here, but we do now have the prices in here. We have a non-bid procurement request form. We have 3 prices. And I would like to approve ferrous mulch for an amount not to exceed $1,700 to provide mulch to Club Court Park. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The other one that came in today was we need to start equipping our latest ambulance. Ambulance service is doing great, thanks to Denise Montana. She's been doing a fabulous job getting everything squared away. Again, we got 3 prices on a non-bid procurement request form, and I would like to approve Nikonco to provide the radio equipment for the second ambulance in the amount of $8,134.94. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Actually, last thing on my agenda is just to make you all aware, next meeting we do have a public hearing on some zoning changes, and you've all been provided with a copy of the environmental assessment form with those zoning changes. So if you have any questions or comments on that, please get them back to me. And that is it for me. Public recognition. Anyone from the public wish to say anything? Anyone else have anything to say?
Good evening, Bruce Major. I just wanted to find out where you stand with your employee evaluations. It was raised a couple of months ago.
It was on the agenda about doing away with it, and then it seems like the members wanted to keep the evaluations and that there was going to be some updates. I was just curious how you're making
Sure.
out with that.
We've had a couple of discussions about revamping the employee evaluation process. I believe Kevin and Sean are still going to provide us evaluations, performance charts from your companies.
Did I email them to you? No?
No,
Okay.
no. So, and once we get those, the conversation will continue.
Okay.
Anyone else? Can I get a motion to go into executive session?
Motion to go into executive session?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you all for coming. Lovely.